Hi everybody, this is Phil and the JellyTots gang again. Oh, it's been a sad morning so far. Oh, it really has. And do you know why? It's because we're having to say goodbye to Bluey the Tui. Yeah. Now Bluey is having to go home to New Zealand to look after her mother, who is ill. So well done, Bluey, for looking after your mum. Well done indeed. Now, Bird here has been particularly sad about having to say goodbye to Bluey, and there's been lots of crying and a dab in the eyes with tissues, and it's been very sad indeed. But I think we should get Bluey to say goodbye in her own special way. So Bird, you drop that tissue. There we go. Let me get Bluey to say goodbye. Can you hear? Oh, that was Bluey saying goodbye in Tui language. Yeah. Oh, what's that, Bluey? Oh, Bluey's just said, can you tell Bird that when I get back to New Zealand, I'll send her some special New Zealand sweets called pineapple chunks. So did you get that, Bird? Are you okay with that? That's all right, isn't it? Oh, now Bird likes that. Oh, anyway. Ooh. Oh, Bird says, look, before we get even more sad about having to say goodbye to Bluey, do you think we can sing our song? So, gang, are you ready? Just checking the gang's ready and we're all ready. Oh, but I've just thought. Our song is about being happy, isn't it? So it strikes us as being a bit inappropriate. So I better check with the gang. They can sing this. So, gang, can we sing If You're Happy song? Let's just check. Oh, I think they've turned it round. So let's sing, shall we? Are we ready? If you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're happy and you know it, shout, yee-haw! If you're happy and you know it, shout, yee-haw! If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout, yee-haw! If you're ready for a story, say shh. If you're ready for a story, say shh. If you're ready for a story and you really want to hear it, if you're ready for a story, say shh. Oh, nearly time. Oh, so what's that, Kate? Oh, Kate just said, isn't that interesting that today's true story from the Bible is all about goodbyes? Isn't that a coincidence? Oh, I don't think so. Let's hand over to Kate, shall we, for the story. Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to JellyTots story time again this week. Today we are going to be reading a book called Goodbye to Goodbyes, and it's a true story about Jesus, Lazarus, and an empty tomb. In the little town of Bethany, there lived a man named Lazarus. He had two sisters, Mary and Martha. Martha loved to throw a party. Mary loved to sit and listen. Lazarus loved his two sisters, and they were all friends with a man named Jesus. But one day, Lazarus got sick. He went to bed sick and he woke up sick. Mary and Martha looked after him, but Lazarus got worse and worse. "I know," said Martha. "I will tell our friend Jesus. He can help." Martha thought about all Jesus had done. He made the blind people see. He made the deaf people hear. He made people who had been sick walk, jump, run, and leap for joy. He could make Lazarus well. So she and Mary sent a message to Jesus. "Lord Jesus, our brother Lazarus, the friend that you love, is sick. Come quickly." It took 2 days for Martha's message to reach Jesus. And when Jesus heard his friend was very, very sick, he did nothing. Did nothing? That's right. He didn't ride the first donkey to Bethany. He didn't run until his side hurt. For 2 whole days, he stayed right where he was. Why? Jesus told his disciples, "Our friend Lazarus is very sick, but this illness won't end with Lazarus being dead. We won't have to say goodbye forever. I have a plan." Phew! Jesus had a plan, but what was it? Then at last, Jesus and his disciples headed to Bethany. "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep," Jesus announced, "but I am on my way to wake him up." The disciples looked at each other. Did they hear him right? Lazarus was sleeping. Couldn't Mary and Martha wake him up? Jesus knew their questions. He looked at them and said, "Lazarus has died." Dead? How could this be? Didn't Jesus say that Lazarus would not die? Didn't he say they wouldn't have to say goodbye forever? What happened to his plan? Every step to Bethany felt heavier and heavier. Their hearts sank deeper and deeper. They were sad that their friend had died. They didn't even get to say goodbye. 4 days after Lazarus had died, Jesus and his disciples finally arrived. Martha came running to meet them. Her face was sad. Her eyes were red. "Lord," she gasped, "if only you had been here, Lazarus would not have died. But I know nothing is impossible with you, even after someone's died, and we've said our forever goodbyes." "You're right, Martha," Jesus said. "There is a day coming when we will say goodbye to saying goodbyes forever. Do you believe that?" Martha nodded. "Yes, I believe in you, Jesus. I know you are the Son of God, and I know you always do what you promise. You will end all our goodbyes forever." Martha went and fetched Mary. Mary was so sad. The brother she loved was gone. She would never hug him again. She would never eat with him again. She would never see his face again. Jesus saw her tears, and then it happened. His heart broke. He knew what he was about to do. He knew Lazarus's goodbye was not forever, but his heart broke for his friends. When they reached Lazarus's tomb, Jesus cried too. They cried and cried and cried because they'd had to say a forever goodbye. But then Jesus stopped crying and said, "Take away the stone." Martha told him there might be a horrible smell. Jesus said, "You need to believe me." So they took away the stone. Then he yelled, like a lion's mighty roar, "Lazarus, come out. And he did. Jesus kept his word. Lazarus being sick didn't even end with him being dead. It ended with him alive even after he died, after they'd had to say goodbye. Mary, Martha, Lazarus and Jesus were together again. Martha threw a party. Mary laughed and listened. Lazarus was glad to be alive. But then the time came for Jesus to say goodbye. He hugged his friends that loved him and said, "Goodbye for now, but not forever." Jesus had to go to Jerusalem, where he would be the one to say goodbye and die, and then, like Lazarus, walk out of a tomb alive. And after that, Jesus said goodbye again, because he was going back to heaven. It was a sad day for Jesus' friends to say goodbye, but they would see him again, in the land that lay after their dying, in the land where there are no more goodbyes. Not ever. We all have to say goodbye sometimes. Some of them are short goodbyes, some are long. Sometimes a friend of Jesus who we love gets sick and we're sad. Sometimes because they die, we have to say goodbye. It feels like a forever goodbye. Jesus knows it's sad to say goodbye. So Jesus came to end goodbyes. And one day, Jesus and all his friends will say goodbye to goodbyes forever. Wow, wonderful truth from the Bible that is. And looking forward to seeing you again next week. Have a good week. Bye.
Thanks, Kate. That was a great story. These two have been very excited. What's that, Bird? Oh, Bird says, "Did you hear Jesus shout out, 'Lazarus, come out'?" Oh, and Bluey says, "And he did. He came out of that tomb after he died. So, what's the big question?" That's right, Karen. Who is Jesus? Oh, both answering. Oh, they say Jesus must be God. God the Son, because only God can raise the dead. Also, they're asking, what's the big message then? What's the big message, guys? Bird? Oh, Bird says the big message is that if we trust Jesus, we can be with him forever, and along with everyone else that's trusted him forever and ever. What a marvellous hope that is. A goodbye to goodbyes. That's a great hope, isn't it? So, let's see. So, we're going to say goodbye to Bluey. So, we'll get him to say goodbye. Looking at everybody. And again. There he is. Okay, everybody. Goodbye. See you next time. Bye.